Welcome back. More on our top story this hour on the plan to expand Singapore Changi Airport's network from 150 destinations to over 200 cities by the mid-2030s. Now, to discuss more on Singapore's ambition, we're now joined by Jamie Bloomfield. He is Director of Propelo Aviation. Mr. Bloomfield, first up, your reaction on the announcement and the timing of the announcement as air travel demand rebounds.
Hi, Shahida. Thank you. Yes, it's exciting times, but I don't think there's a direct link between this announcement and the rebound so much. I think it's more a reflection that a recognition that there's a general increase. There's recognition that air travel demand is going to increase for several years. That ties into the ambitious extra air links that are just announced. And I think maybe it also indirectly shows some recognition that the lead time involved in undertaking R&D to solve some of these challenges it can be long, and so there's an appetite to start soon.
In terms of the collaboration, it is first of its kind, with the projects to be test-bedded in Singapore for international application. How does Singapore's aviation industry stand to gain from this collaboration and from the new lab?
Well, I think having emerging technology on your doorstep gives local industry direct experience and exposure to that technology, but also the people that understand it, that understand its limitations and its challenges. And I think having that in Singapore can help to infuse that capability amongst the local industry participants to leverage some of the outcomes. And ultimately, I think it leads to strengthening Singapore's role as a key air hub. And I'm not talking about so much the airport on its own, but the whole aviation industry ecosystem that's here in Singapore.
If you recall, Mr. Bloomfield, the International Centre for Aviation Innovation, that was launched by the CAAS back in January to also look at the efficiency of the aviation sector. How different are these two initiatives, or rather, how much will they overlap in terms of improving capacity and efficiency of airports?
Well, I think, rather than overlapping, I think they complement one another. And I think it's quite important in any industry, in fact, not just aviation, any industry that's looking at innovation. It's important not to create knowledge silos. My understanding of ICAI is that it's taking a program management role. And that program management role means its research awareness cuts across not just this new International Aviation Lab, which has a focus on airport operations, but it has awareness of other aspects like air traffic management and urban aerial mobility or advanced air mobility. So I think in that role, it complements by preventing silos from forming. It can help establish linkages where needed.
And this collaboration is spanning from aircraft design to optimizing ground operations at airports, as much as it aims to solve problems of capacity and manpower. Is there even enough of it to handle the lab's aspirations?
Yes, I think there's a potential concern there. There's obviously manpower challenges in several industries, but I think that's where the industry participation, particularly the international industry partners, I think that's where they come in, because they will obviously bring some knowledge and expertise themselves, and that obviously takes some load off. And I think that can help to infuse knowledge into the local Singapore knowledge base. And I think as well, as the lab starts to produce outcomes that you start to see in operation or start to see being validated, and particularly if they're starting to be used overseas as well. I think that can help to inspire people. And I think also demonstrate that there's multiple career paths within aviation, not just in your typical operations that you might assume, but also this innovation domain as well.
All right, Mr. Bloomfield, we appreciate your insights. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. That was Jamie Bloomfield, Director of Propelo Aviation.